much pressure do you feel it at all? You're the SEC player of the year. You had an All-American season last year, and you're coming back with obviously tremendous expectations.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to let it get to me. I got a bunch of great teammates and good coaching staff, and we're focused on the same goal. We want to eventually win the SEC again, hopefully, and eventually make the College World Series again. And that's all I can focus on. And whatever I can do to help the team win is what I'm trying to do.
How do you deflect it?
You just gotta stay tight knit as a team. I mean, just don't get caught up in the hype and focus on one thing at a time. And the only thing I can do is go out and play, and everything else will take care of itself.
What's it like to go out there, with your roommates, some of your best friends, and kind of go through this, another year with them?
Oh, it's something else. I mean, just to be as tight knit as a team as we are, it's one in a lifetime. I mean, we had one group come in, and then every group that's coming after us has just absorbed into it, and it's a great honor to be able to be part of this team and hopefully make another stride this year.
What's gotten better with Mike Zunino since last year?
Everything. I'm trying to improve on everything. Trying to hit the weight room a little bit harder, working on my defense, working on my offense a little bit more, helping manage the staff. I mean, everyone has room to improve in everything, and I'm just trying to get better day in and day out.
How much does last year help you guys as a team? You guys were the one coming into the year. Is there anything you take from that you learned from this year?
Yeah, just to be able to take it one game at a time and focus solely on one game. And we know this year that we got a really good team coming in to start the season off, and we're gonna have to be ready to go right away. And just to be able to take it one game at a time, and regardless what happens early in the year, to be able to focus and regroup towards the end is what we're trying to focus on.
Is that easy or hard to do, and how much so?
I mean, it's sort of difficult to try to regroup sometimes. I mean, we went through a rough stretch last year, but once we overcame that, I believe that's when we started playing our best baseball. And like Sully tells us all the time, we're going to go through that stretch one time. It's a long season, and that's unfortunately going to happen sometime. But we just got to go and play focused baseball, and then once that stretch comes, just stay tight-knit as a team and just keep playing through it.
What have you guys, talked about Fullerton? Have you, started preparing at all? What has Sully told you guys?
I mean, obviously they're a really good team. I mean, they have a great resume. They got a great amount of talent there, and we're just going in there and trying to play as hard as we can every game, and it won't change when they come in, and just try to play focused baseball.
Who have you seen? You got a lot of new guys coming in and guys coming back. Who have you seen that's really stepped out as a guy that's just really improved since you first saw him?
Oh man, there's a bunch, but obviously seeing Turgeon back on the field and the way he swings the bat and plays second base, he's a good player. And Josh Tobias is another guy that comes out and works hard every day, and he's making great strides also.
Speaking of the new guys, how much do you spend time off field with the pitchers to get chemistry with them, the freshman pitchers?
A lot. I mean, it's one of those. I mean, we're here a lot as it is, but we're tight as a team and just like being together as it is. And it's one of those things where you just gotta spend time with each other to get to know each other and just see how everyone works. And then that's the time you need to spend together where we're on the field, everything clicks.
What have each of those new freshman pitchers kind of shown you through fall and now coming into the season? What are you excited about?
They've all improved since fall. They've all gotten a lot better. I mean, Sully's brought in a lot of power arms again, and they can all throw it really well. And it's just one of those. I'm excited to see them in some games and get some experience and hopefully make an impact for us.
What have you seen from the freshman catchers? And I know you guys added another one. What is your job, as someone who's been there before, to kind of help them along?
Just show them the ropes. I mean, I was fortunate enough to have Hampton Tigner and Ben McMahon here when I was here to teach me everything. And I'm just hoping I can be as big an impact on them as they were to me. And I'm just trying to teach them everything, and Sully helps out. And I'm just trying to do everything I can to get them as comfortable as I can.
I know Taylor's only been here for a couple of weeks, but what do you like about him?
Oh, I mean, he's fitting right in right away. And I know he's real young and passed up his senior season, but he's fitting in right away and he works really hard. And he's one of those where he's already getting better as a catcher and a hitter, and he's a real good listener and catches on to stuff really quick.
Do you feel like you've gotten to the point where you could call an entire game now?
Yeah, but I believe I could. But there's also times where Sully and the other coaches have spent more time looking at film than I have and have a better sense of it. And it's one of those where I get a good deal of respect from Sully that he does let me call quite a bit of the game. And you just respect the times where he's obviously been around and knows players better than I do.
Is that quite possibly where your biggest growth has been since you've been here?
Yes, Sully's taught me a lot when it comes to just how to approach hitters and how to attack them. And I've learned that with our staff and how certain guys can go after them and how to look for certain flaws in hitters.
You know most of these guys so well now at this point. Is it almost like
you'll call a pitch and they'll laugh later and say, I knew that's what you were going to call?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where I just feel the chemistry between me and the pitchers that are here, and I'm starting to develop that some with the new guys. It's just one of those where when you get on the same page and you look in the inning and you execute a pitch that you called and you're both on the same page, it's a rewarding feeling.
Who's the most stubborn guy?
Most stubborn
You
guy.
almost have to fight with them on what they want to throw.
Oh man, I don't think there's many.
Nobody?
I like to say Pac-Wiz, but the thing is, everything he has is so good that he can throw anything and get somebody out. So it's one of those where he likes to throw a little bit of everything. He definitely likes to mix it up most out of everybody.
You ever call something and somebody jacks it out and the guy comes to you?
Oh, I mean, I mean, never blame it on me. I mean, sometimes it's a lack of execution, but I mean, pitch selection is only a small part of it.
Mike, you're the reigning SEC Player of the Year. You're a preseason All-American. You're ranked #1. How do you deal with all this pressure on the team?
I mean, just stay tight-knit as a team. I mean, like I said, stay focused as a team and just stay together and share the common goal and just to focus and play one game at a time. And that's all we can do. And I mean, just let it play out, and however it ends up, it ends up.
Sully and Hudson both talked about how competitive the weekend rotation is with one another, about bickering about who's better and all that kind of stuff. Just talk about the relationship between those three guys and how you kind of fit in there.
Oh yeah, I mean it's one of those where it's a really tight knit relationship, but they also want to compete, and I mean everyone wants to be a Friday starter, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, and there's guys that want to get their way into the weekend rotation, but it's one of those where I fit in, and I think they're all really good. No questions about it. They've all proved it. But I let them, if they want to say something, I let them say it to Sully. I don't hop in too much. But they do a good job, and Sully gives them the best opportunity they can to compete and earn a spot, and I know they're grateful for that.
Given the success you guys have had the last couple, 3 years, what's the pressure on you guys, the older guys, to pass on what you've learned to the younger guys and get them to play it the way you guys have been taught to play it?
I mean, that's our biggest thing. We want to show the young guys how the program is supposed to be run, and the coaches have done a great job showing us and instilling those on us, all those rules and stuff. And all we can do is keep harping them on them, and they've already caught on. And I mean that's up to them to carry that on when we leave, and hopefully they do.
What's this lineup done to improve offensively from last year to this year?
I mean, just consistently work. Try to strengthen our weaknesses. We weren't doing too great scoring runners from third early in games and early in counts, and we want to harp on that. We started every scrimmage in the fall with bases loaded, 1 out or no outs, whatever it was against South Carolina, and we just want to work on scoring runs and getting runs across the board.
How much does it help to have something like that kind of pounded into your head after a situation like that at South Carolina?
It makes you focus more. Just how much small details can actually have a big effect on the game, and it's unfortunate it ended up that way, but it taught us all a big lesson then.
You're known as one of the big power hitters here on this team. Have you done any work in the cages at all? More improvement?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I went through last year and I hit a little bit of rut where I got a little bit too pull happy and tried to hit for too much power. So I'm just focused on just working on the outside corner, hitting balls the right field, and then if I get the pitch inside to hit, just be able to pull the trigger on that.
Thanks, Mike. New year. Yeah? It's a new year. Hopefully it works out.
What's it like? You had your chance to go ahead and sign, and what were the factors that really made you decide you wanted to come back here?
No, there's two main factors. One's getting a degree. Not a lot of guys get to say that they have both a college degree and you get a chance to play pro ball. And another one is I think we got a great team this year. I think, as hard as it is to believe, I think we do have a better team than last year. We got more depth in the pen. We got more talent in infield and outfield. So I think knowing that I got to come back to a team that hopefully has a chance at doing really well this year was a big factor.
So you just weren't ready to leave?
I like it here. It's fun. I'm really enjoying it. Knowing that this is my last year, I'm going to enjoy every minute of it.
Coach is really excited to have you back. How does that make you feel?
Feels good. I feel like the coach gets a chance to keep any seniors. He kept 4 of us this year, and I think that's a big factor in experience as well as talent. I think since we got 12 freshmen this year, he knows that the more upperclassmen we get, the quicker the freshmen are going to learn, the more they're going to know about the game before the season starts. So I think that it's going to help.
Do you feel old when you're 21?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it seems like yesterday I was playing with Avery Barnes and Matt Dendecker, those guys that really stood out a few years ago, and now I'm the older guy. It's been a little while since I've been here, but it's my last year. So.
You guys were preseason #1 last year. What can you take from that into this season and kind of help manage expectations a little bit?
Preseason #1s, that means people think you have talented players, and that's the bottom line. It doesn't mean you have a talented team. It means that they think the players on your team are pretty good. In the next 3 weeks, we're going to figure out what guys are going to play what roles and how well we can mesh as a team and what we can do in good situations.
But being that you are #1 again this year, is there anything you learned through that process last season that you can take to make the expectations a little bit less this year?
Not really. We know that there's going to be bullseye on our back as we did last year, and we kind of embraced it. We knew that we were the team to beat, so we had to step up and play in big situations. We knew that everyone's going to try to beat us, and that we needed to play our best when we were playing the best.
How important is it to you to teach the young guys what you've learned in your previous 3 years here?
Yeah, that's real important. Especially with these talented players, they're going to get a chance to play really quickly. A lot of the pitchers out of the pen are going to have to come in there, and we got some position players who are going to start right away, I think. So just getting them ready for the season, telling them how fast it's going to go, how much of a grind it's going to be, is really going to benefit them.
You're closing in on the University of Florida's all-time RBI record. How do you go? What's your approach at the plate to get that out of your head when you're getting up to there?
That just means there's a lot of guys on base when I get to hit, and that goes to the guys hitting in front of me and behind me, knowing that guys like Nolan and Daniel Piggott are getting on base a lot and putting pressure on the pitcher, and guys behind me like Zanino, Brian, and Maddox, their pitcher is going to want to pitch to me because he got some pretty good guys behind me. So it's all credit to them.
Mm-hmm.
What's been the biggest emphasis? I talked to Mike about getting runners in from third, especially a big emphasis in the fall. How do you think is that? How's that going to help this offense coming into this season?
We didn't do a great job of that last year, and we realized that some of the teams that did do a great job of it were some of the best teams. And that's one thing that we really needed to work on. I think we're really harping on in the fall and the spring. So hopefully we can push a few more runs across in these close games and win a few.
What do you think about the new changes to the outfield wall? You got the branding scoreboard. What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool. I think it brings more of a professional atmosphere to the park. Hopefully draw a little more fans, and I'm gonna enjoy it. This is my last year, so it's gonna be fun. So I'm just looking forward to playing with it.
If you had won it all in Omaha, you think you'd still be standing here?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It would have been a lot easier to go.
Yeah, it was a big factor when I came back, was knowing that we could have done a little bit better, and that there was a few things we could have done right that we didn't do right. So I think it would have probably made a little impact, but knowing that we have just a good team this year, I think it's going to be fun, and hopefully we get a good shot.
How tough of a decision was it to make?
That was very tough. Passing up pro ball contracts, always tough. Getting to play for professional teams is really exciting, but getting to play here is pretty cool too. I'm enjoying it here. It's my last year, so I'm just hopefully next year I get the same opportunity to play pro ball, so I'll get to do both.
As a senior, what's your role?
We got four seniors, I think, this year. So, like it is every other guy's role, is just to be a leader, to mentor the freshmen and some of the other underclassmen who didn't get to play as much last year. Just get them prepared for the season. Tell them what they need to do, and kind of tell them what they need to do to step up in big situations.
When you start playing for money, what do you think your position is? Which one do you?
I don't really know. No, I feel, you talking about right field and first? Whatever they want me to play, I guess.
Whatever pays the most?
Yeah. I played first all my life, so I wouldn't feel uncomfortable going back there, but I'm enjoying right now.
Some guys have emotional ties.
Oh, doesn't matter to me. I'm just going out there to play.
Thanks, Preston.
Thanks.